everyone. Hello. I am very excited because today I'm going to talk to you about something very dear to my heart, something I am very passionate about. But also during the process, I will use many triggers to relax you. I promise you, at the end of this video, you will not just be relaxed, but you will also gain something out of it. So shall we start? As you know, in my previous videos, I mentioned that I am a working mom. In the corporate world, you don't see very many working mothers in senior roles. To be honest, in managerial roles, in important roles, you see less and less women. Usually it is men, and this situation always puzzled me. Do you know why? Because I think about school environments, university environments. There are lots of girls doing good degrees and doing really well at school. But what happens to them later in life? What happens to these brilliant girls, brilliant women? Where are they in the corporate world? I became more aware of this actually after getting a bit older, perhaps after being a mother. I thought a lot about this. I read quite a few books, attended to some seminars, and I'm going to tell you all I learned in this short video because I want you to be aware of these things, these traits, what is holding women back, and perhaps you will remember some things that I will tell you today later on in your corporate life, at your work life, and it's going to help you to do better. Let's hope so. That's the reason I'm making these videos. As you know, this is just a hobby. I don't make any money out of these videos. My whole purpose is to reach out to you, to pass on what I learned over many years, so you can benefit from this knowledge earlier on in life. The thing that I learned is that girls are usually very successful in structured environments where the rules are clearly set, like a school environment. At school, you know which subjects you need to study, you know which exams to take, and the success comes with the results of the exams. And girls are usually very organized. When they are told to do something, they go and do it. They study, they do well in the exams, and the exam results are their rewards. Everybody knows that. I don't know, Emma is very good at history, or Gemma is very good at maths. The exam results show that. However, work environment, corporate world is very different. The rules are ambiguous. It is not like school. It is more like a competitive game where the rules are not that clear. So you need to play the game to be successful. And girls are not very good at this, unfortunately. One of the things that I learned about, which was highlighted by Sheryl Sandberg in her book Lean In, is the Tiara Effect. The thing is, us girls, women, think that when they do something right, when they do what they are supposed to do, when they do a good job, they think that it's going to be recognized and rewarded like it is at school. But I'm afraid corporate world doesn't work like this. So you need to be self-advocating, self-promoting. You need to highlight your successes. This will increase something good and then the tiara comes to you without an effort. No, no, no. In the corporate world, you need to play the game with different rules and you need to highlight your successes. Don't expect them to be always noticed and recognized without you doing nothing about it. It doesn't work that way. One of the other things which can become an issue in the corporate world for women is confidence. I made videos about confidence and affirmations for to be more confident. Please look at them. I might put some links in the comments below. But confidence is an important thing and taking more risks. So let's think about job applications or promotion opportunities. If the requirements is a list of 10, a man, even if they only meet half of that criteria, they would go for it. But a woman, look at the criteria, the 10 items, and if they only meet 9, they would feel so inconfident about not meeting the 10th one that they wouldn't apply. Girls, take more risks, go for it. The recruiting manager don't really necessarily expect somebody to meet all the criteria anyway, and believe me, the competition wouldn't, but they would apply anyway. Please do not hold back in situations like that. One of the other things that hold women back is perfectionism. This can be an issue. Perfectionism would stop you from taking more risks. You need to take more risks. Perfectionism might stop you from asking for help from others. You are not on your own. Get some help. And when necessary, please delegate, delegate, delegate. Otherwise, you will burn out. Burnout also comes from overcommitment. Sometimes, us women, we think that if something is asked from us, even if our plate is already full, we wouldn't say no to the next task. We would think that it would look weak if we said no. It will look like we are not competent enough. But that's not the case. Overcommitment would burn you out. So somebody might ask you to do something. Just please set some healthy boundaries. Learn to say no. Or, for example, they ask you to provide the report the next day, and then you have lots of other things to do. You can simply ask, of course I can do this, but I can only do this part of the report by tomorrow. Or which other job can I drop to do this task? So be realistic rather than burning yourself out. Try ways to work around it, or don't commit at all. Over-apologizing also can be an issue for women in the workplace because it might indicate lack of authority or lack of confidence, because us women sometimes we over-apologize when it is unnecessary. I have seen this in the corporate world and I have done it myself. Sometimes us women, we lose authenticity. We just think male ways of doing things is the professional way, and then we suppress our female characteristics. But there is so much a woman can add in the workplace. And also, if you look at the successful companies, there is a lot of diversity in their boards. The women and diverse backgrounds add so much to a board. It's not just female traits that women bring: emotional intelligence, empathy, multitasking, and superior organizational skills, etc. But this also shows in companies' results and profitability, etc. So women have a lot to add. Please don't hold yourself back, girls, don't. So please embrace your feminine traits. Please be aware of the different perspective you bring to the table. Be brave, be more confident, take more risks, the whole big corporate world out